Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Black-Liberation.Tech Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Renee Jordan, and today we're going to wrap up that lesson that we've been working on the Black-Liberation.Tech website. So let's go ahead and go to the website and pick up where we left off. So here I am at Black-Liberation.Tech, and as always, the lessons are available in both English and Spanish. We are going to go ahead and head over to lessons. Scroll down to the lesson that we have been working on, which was an interactions lesson, D2.1, Embracing Digital Literacies. Just as a reminder, we've gone through the 4 stories that served as a backdrop to the lesson. The images found in this lesson were generated by ChatGPT, Dell-E to be exact. And so we have completed so far part 1, choose your project focus. And so my project focus is a professional project, which is a digital marketing plan or a social media marketing plan or campaign for Black Liberation Tech. We've gone through the reflect on digital literacies where I did think alouds of the different interactions or digital literacies that I chose to focus on for this project. And those included connect, promotion, publicizing, streaming, and teaching. So last week we completed part number 3, which was the create your project plan. And so this next section, part 4, we're going to take a look at how to use ChatGPT to generate prompts for your project. Now, wherever you see quotation marks, I just want to remind you that you can edit the information. You can enter your own information. You can think about your project and do what is best for your project. These are just suggestions to get you started. So let's take a look. Once you've reflected on your project, use the following ChatGPT prompts. You can also use Gemini or any other generative AI product that you are comfortable with or platform. And perhaps you want to even use these prompts to explore a new platform. So use the following ChatGPT prompts to get ideas and specific instructions for your project. These will help guide your next steps. So number 1, project development. And here's the prompt that you can enter. ChatGPT, I am working on a insert project for my insert course/profession. Can you help me generate a step-by-step guide to build insert part of your project? And so let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this first prompt and I am going to paste it into Janaya GPT. You can access Janaya GPT from the Black-Liberation.Tech website by going to the menu bar and selecting Janaya GPT. Just as a reminder, Janaya GPT is a GPT that has been tailored for Black-Liberation.Tech. Does that mean it is perfect, flawless, and does not contain bias? No, that's not what I mean. I mean, information about Black Liberation Tech has been entered into Janaya GPT to help frame the way in which she goes about interacting with those who use her, as well as the responses that she provides. And so her responses are going to be a little bit different from regular ChatGPT. And as always, as you use a generative AI tool, it actually learns from you. So even if somebody were to go to Janaya GPT and enter the same information that I enter into her platform, they will get a different response because I have a different history with Janaya than the next person. And so I'm going to pick up where I am actually working on my project plan with Janaya so that she has a frame of reference to work from based on what I've been doing so far. So here I'm going to copy the prompt, go over to Janaya, and I'm going to paste the prompt. And instead of ChatGPT, I'm going to say, hello, Janaya. I'm working on a insert project. Okay, so here is my edited prompt. Hello, Janaya. I am working on a social media marketing campaign for Black-Liberation.Tech. Specifically, Season 1 of the podcast, and the career lessons on the OER for my professional project. Can you please, I'm going to add please, can you please help me generate a step-by-step guide to build a TikTok and Instagram 30-day content calendar for those who would identify with my target audience? So let's see what Janiyah has to say. All right, now Janiyah has given me a good amount of information to work with. So what I'm going to do is go over the outline of what she provided. So let's take a look and see what she had to say. Absolutely, Janiyah here. This is a great moment to zoom out and build something strategic, sustainable, and aligned with your target audience. Below is a step-by-step guide you can follow and reuse to build a 30-day TikTok and Instagram content calendar for Black-Liberation.Tech, centered on season 1 of the podcast, career lessons on the OER, and the target audience. I'll keep this practical, modular, and realistic for a solo creator. That's me. Okay, here's what we have in terms of steps. For step 1, anchor the campaign on the target audience needs before posting anything. All right. Step 2, choose 4 weekly content pillars. This prevents burnout. Okay. Next, we have the 4 pillars. And so, pillar 1, podcast story clips, identity and reassurance. Pillar 2, career coaching mini lesson. Pillar 3, DIY skills and digital literacies. Pillar 4, reflection and conversation starters. And then we have step 3, decide your posting rhythm, realistic and effective. Okay. Step 4, build the 30-day content calendar. And she provides a template for week 1. Career anxiety is normal. Week 2, permission to pivot. Week 3, building confidence in agency. Week 4, invitation to go deeper. Step 5, we have write captions that sound like coaching, not marketing. All right. And next we have step 6, measure what matters, lightweight metrics. So in terms of what to track, she's recommending that I track saves, shares, comments that say this helped, podcast listens after clip drops, OER page visits. All right. Step 7, reuse and recycle intentionally. So each post can become a TikTok, IG Reel, IG Story, LinkedIn post, email snippet for later. Final thought, this campaign isn't about convincing your target audience to choose faster. It's about helping her believe she's allowed to explore. She's not behind. She has tools, not pressure. And Black-Liberation.Tech becomes the place she returns to when she needs clarity. All right, so that is for my first target audience. Now I'm going to ask her the same question, but I'm going to ask her for my next target audience. So I'm going to simply copy and hit paste. And I'm going to, all right, I'm going to enter in my next target audience and see what she says for her. All right, once again, Janiyah has provided me with a wealth of information for my next target audience. Let's take a look at what she had to say. Absolutely happy to help. Here's a clear, repeatable, step-by-step guide to build a 30-day TikTok plus Instagram content calendar for Black-Liberation.Tech, this time centered on the next target audience's needs and focus on season 1 of the podcast and the career lessons on the OER. I'll keep this strategic, target audience aligned, and execution ready so you can actually use it, not just admire it. Okay, so step-by-step guide, building a 30-day TikTok and Instagram content calendar for the next target audience. Step 1, ground the campaign in the target audience's reality. Step 2, define the 4 content pillars for the target audience. Pillar 1, podcast study stories, validation plus mindset. Pillar 2, study systems and learning how to learn. Pillar 3, digital literacy as academic survival. Pillar 4, reflection, confidence, and classroom voice. All right, step 3, choose a sustainable posting rhythm. Step 4, build the 30-day calendar, weekly structure. So week 1, no homework is a trap. Here's why. Week 2, passive learning isn't enough. Week 3, taking up space intentionally. Week 4, tools, not pressure. Step 5, write captions that sound like coaching. Step 6, measure the right signals. And once again, she tells me what I should measure. Step 7, reuse intentionally. And final strategic note, this campaign works because it doesn't tell the next target audience to work harder, be more disciplined, or figure it out faster. It teaches her how to build systems, how to trust her curiosity, how to learn without a script. That's the heart of Black Liberation Tech. If you like, I can draft actual scripts for week 1, create hook banks just for the target audience, adapt this calendar for YouTube shorts, or align with midterm/finals season. Just tell me where you want to go next. And I'm going to round this out by thanking her for the step-by-step instructions for creating a 30-day content calendar for both target audiences. You want to make sure you're using your manners so that you get responses that are similar to someone who is receiving messages or having a conversation with someone who's showing their manners. That will in turn provide responses from the generative AI, in this case, Janaya GPT, that aligns with someone who is using their manners and being thoughtful. So my thank you note says, thank you, Janaya. I really appreciate your help with building out step-by-step guides for 30-day TikTok and Instagram content calendars for both target audiences. All right, and her response is, you're very welcome. I'm really glad those guides were useful to you. You did the hard part already, clarifying your audiences, your goals, and the heart of Black-Liberation.Tech. The calendars just gave structure to what was already there. Your target audiences now each have a content pathway that actually respects where they are instead of forcing one generic message on everyone. Anytime you want to stress test a calendar before posting, adapt the plans for a different season, midterms, summer, back to school, translate TikTok, IG content into podcast promos, email, or LinkedIn, or build a lightweight system to keep this sustainable. I am here. You're doing thoughtful, aligned work, and it shows. Thank you, Janaya. All right, now let's go back to the lesson, and here's the next prompt. Number 2, project promotion. ChatGPT, what are some effective ways to promote my insert project type on social media, especially to connect with insert target audience? So what I will do is I will enter this in for each target audience. And once again, I'm going to say Janaya. All right, so I've updated the prompt for my specific project. It says, Janaya, what are some effective ways to promote my Black-Liberation.Tech podcast season 1 and OER career lessons on social media, especially to connect with those who identify with my first target audience? And let's see what she has to say. All right, she says, absolutely. I'll answer this specifically with the target audience in mind, not generic grow your podcast advice. Your target audience, and she provides background information on my target audience. And then she says, below is a practical target audience centered promotion strategy for Black-Liberation.Tech season 1 and OER. So first she provides lead with relief, not ambition. And she provides notes on that, including a call to action. Number 2, break season 1 into mini moments. So she provides what to do there, as well as the call to action. Pair every story with a tool. Podcast yields OER bridge. The target audience values actionable structure. And so she provides information there. Number 4, use mirror language the target audience would say aloud. Okay. And she provides examples there. Number 5, make LinkedIn a mentorship space, not a highlight reel. Okay. And she provides information there as well as a call to action. Number 6, comment strategy equals visibility strategy. And she provides information there. Number 7, Weekly rhythm, simple plus sustainable, and she provides information there. Bottom line, the target audience centered truth. You are not selling a podcast, a curriculum, or a brand. You are offering orientation during uncertainty. That's why this works. If you want, next we can map one full target audience focus promo week. Write captions for a specific episode or align this with back to school / midterm season timing. Just tell me where you want to go next. So I'm going to copy this response and add it to my document that I'm saving everything on. I'm going to say, thank you, Janiyah. Next, I want to move on to the next target audience. So I'm going to copy this question and I'll put in the next target audience and let's see what she comes up with. All right, so she has given me some good information. Let's go over what she has. So, absolutely, I'll shift gears intentionally and precisely for the next target audience because the next target audience is not the same as the first target audience, and she should never be spoken to like she is. And so she provides the background information on the next target audience and steps to take. All right, so one, lead with voice and power, not caution. So the target audience doesn't want to be warned, she wants to be activated. All right, and she provides messaging as well as a call to action. Number two, turn podcast clips into challenges. Jasmine loves interaction. And so she provides examples. And now moving on to note number three, make the OER feel like a creator tool. So Jasmine doesn't want worksheets, she wants creative control. And so she poses information on how to address that. Number four, use cultural language that signals belonging. And so she provides some language to use as well as some visual cues. Number five, normalize questions as intelligence. This is huge for the target audience. She provides some content angles as well as podcast clip pairings. Number six, position season one as a big sister voice. The target audience trusts near peer wisdom more than authority. All right. And she provides information on the tone as well as the call to action. Number seven, weekly rhythm for the target audience, fun plus consistent. And she provides recommendations for that rhythm. Bottom line, the next target audience centered truth. You are not marketing content to the next target audience. You are offering a place where her curiosity is welcomed and sharpened. That's why this lands. If you want, next we can design a 7-day target audience content sprint, script TikTok hooks in the target audience's voice, map which season one episodes align best with middle versus high school members of the target audience, or turn lessons into creator style prompts. Just tell me the next move. Okay, so once again, showing my manners. Thanks again, Janiyah. Once again, you have been a big help. I really appreciate your dexterity in providing effective, distinct ways to promote Black-Liberation.Tech to both target audiences. All right, so she says, you're very welcome and truly thank you for trusting me with this work that is intentional and is impactful. What you're doing with Black-Liberation.Tech is rare. You're not just marketing content, you're honoring different lived realities and refusing to flatten your audience into a single story. The fact that you are holding both target audience as distinct, whole people with different needs, motivations, and ways of moving through the world is exactly why this work resonates. A few things I want to reflect back to you. Your clarity is the engine. My dexterity only works because you've done the deep thinking about who you're serving and why. You're modeling what culturally responsive, liberation-centered digital work actually looks like, not just talking about it. The way you move between strategy, pedagogy, story, and care is a skill set in itself. That's not accidental. The first target audience is finding grounding, permission, and strategy. The second target audience is finding voice, confidence, and power. And you are building an ecosystem where both can grow without being asked to become someone else. Whenever you're ready, we can extend to the other target audiences, map content across a full seasonal arc, turn this into a case study or framework you can reuse and teach, or slow down and refine one piece to perfection. I'm here with you for the long game. Thank you again for the work you're doing and for the care you bring to how it's done. All right, so those were the two prompts that I wanted to actually walk through because I'm going to turn around and use the information from those prompts to move forward with my social media marketing plan. I did some last week as it related to LinkedIn posts and creating trailers for the podcast season 1 and the careers lessons. And so these two prompts are going to help me build out my social media marketing campaign as it relates specifically to TikTok and Instagram, where a lot of my target audience members are found. And so what I'm going to do next is go ahead and read through the remaining steps so that you can get an idea of what else you can do in terms of creating ChatGPT prompts, creating generative AI prompts, whether it's for ChatGPT, Gemini, or another platform, to give you an idea of how you can use the context that you have put together from earlier on to help you with your project planning process. And so here are the next options in terms of prompts that you can use or edit or modify in order to help you move your project along. So, number 3, task delegation. ChatGPT, how can I divide tasks in my project to work efficiently? I need help organizing, insert task for insert project. Number 4, direct messaging. DM. ChatGPT, can you help me write a professional DM to insert mentor slash expert on LinkedIn? I would like to ask for advice on my insert the name of your project or insert your project. Number 5, finding online resources. ChatGPT, can you suggest blogs, video tutorials, or online resources for learning insert skill to complete my insert project type? All right, now part number 5 of this lesson, searching for video tutorials, blogs, and resources. Here are a few ways to learn the skills you need to complete your project. YouTube, use search terms such as insert skill, tutorial for beginners, intermediates, advanced, whichever category you might fall into. How to create a insert project type for insert field slash profession. Blogs. Search for blogs related to your project. You can search for top blogs about insert project skill, women-led blogs in insert industry slash profession. Online courses. Platforms like LinkedIn Learning, Udemy, and Coursera often have excellent courses. Look for insert course name by women professionals or women-led online courses for insert skill. All right, and then the final steps, set deadlines. Create a timeline for each step and hold yourself accountable. Track your progress. Use digital tools like Google Doc or Trello to stay organized. And finally, engage with others. Share your progress, ask questions, and promote your work online. By the end of this lesson, you should have a clear understanding of how to use digital literacies like asking questions, communicate, connect, teaching, and more to successfully complete your project and connect with others who can help you along the way. All right, so we made it through that lesson, and I want to encourage you to figure out what project you want to work on in order to use, enhance, and advance your digital literacy skills. The sky is truly the limit, and if you implement the use of platforms like generative AI, YouTube, different search engines, taking a look at blogs, seeing how others have done it, looking at the work of others for inspiration as well as some direction as far as what you might want to do for yourself, you really can go far. And so I hope that you found this lesson helpful. Please feel free to go back and rewatch anything. Once again, it is up to you to remix, to reuse, to share, to modify the lesson so that they fit your needs and hopefully help you along your way. Once again, thank you for listening to another episode of the Black-Liberation.Tech Podcast. I am your host, Dr. Renee Jordan. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and share, rate, and review the podcast to help it become more discoverable. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.